Salam Ashraf. Salam Iran. Salam Madam Rajavi. My honourable colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, my dear Ashrafis, it's an honour to be with you here, and I'm very grateful for your invitation to our delegation to your home. I am proud to be part of a successful cross-party effort in the UK government to secure your safe and secure resettlement here in Albania. Today, you Ashrafis and the resistance movement led by Madame Rajavi are at the forefront of a struggle for a free and democratic Iran, and you are a beacon of hope for millions of oppressed people in Iran. And for that, we are thankful. Yesterday, many of my colleagues and I were given a tour of the museum, and we saw the evidence of the regime's vicious persecution of so many of you, human rights violations and acts of terrorism across the world. And we heard first-hand testaments from many of those victims. And these stories touched us. But we are already aware of who is responsible for this. We're aware of the IRGC, the Supreme Leader, the Judiciary, and the Intelligence Ministry are all responsible for your persecution. But we need the world to be aware of that as well. Your story must be heard. And through initiatives like the museum, it will be. Your story will not be silenced. That is why my colleagues and myself in the UK Parliament have, in a cross-party effort, urged our government to prescribe the IRGC as a terrorist organisation. That is why I support the American sanctions against the Supreme Leader's office and urge our government to follow this step, as well as to increase the number of people, number of officials on its sanction list over human rights violation in Iran. I can assure you that the cause of human rights, freedom and democracy in Iran has widespread support amongst all my colleagues here from the Houses of Parliament. And that support also includes support for Madam Rajavi's 10-point plan. This is a plan that gives a future for Iran, which provides a clear and viable alternative to the current theocratic regime. But your plan also signs up Iran to the UN Charter and establishes an independent judiciary. These are all values that are close to our hearts, all of us here today. And that is why I call upon our government in the United Kingdom to recognise Madam Rajavi's 10-point plan. And we want the Iranian people's right to change the regime for a better future. Now, I could speak for the next hour about this issue, and indeed each and every one of my colleagues could do the same. But there's only one thing that we need to say. Hoyza! Hoyza! Hoyza!